Where are we?
Berlin.
Berlin. We're in Berlin right now, and it's pretty cool, would you say?
It's pretty neat.
It's pretty neat. We're actually at the train station. We wanted to show you what it was like getting on a train in Europe. And we're waiting for our train right now because it doesn't come until 12:59, so we have some time. But here's a little bit of what we got up to in Berlin. Blake, where are we?
Guten Tag.
Why?
What?
Why don't you want to talk?
I said Guten Tag.
Oh, Guten Tag. I thought you said, why don't you talk? Oh. We are actually in Berlin now. The TV tower is right in front of us. You can't really tell right now because it's behind this building, but I am so excited to be here. Are you excited?
I am.
You have been wanting to come here for so long. Oh, there's that TV tower. So cool. This is a currywurst thing. Currywurst is basically hot dogs with curry powder and ketchup.
Oh, okay. That's
yeah,
what it meant.
it's like a German something. It's really good.
One of the first things we did when we visited Berlin was visit this incredible museum called the Topography of Terror. And this museum has kind of a lot going on in it, but the biggest piece of the museum is dedicated to showing the rise and fall of the Nazi regime in Germany. It starts in the very beginning, from when the Nazi regime first started to become a thing in Germany. How they rose to power, what they did with that power, and then at the end, how they fell from power. And it's overall an incredibly powerful museum to visit that I highly recommend if you ever find yourself in Berlin. One of the craziest things that I found in this museum was they had these pictures of these former Nazis going to trial. And the craziest part of it for me was that there was this one guy, Friedrich Engel, was a former Gestapo chief in Genoa. And there was a picture of him going to trial in Hamburg in 2002. It totally blew my mind that these people were still out there and still going to prison into the 2000s. Like, let that sink in for a second. In the grand scheme of things, this regime was not that long ago.
Oh,
We're at 9,000 steps already.
you're at what?
9,000 steps already.
Nice. This is what we do when we travel, just walk all the places.
It's cool.
It was cool, huh?
Like, in a,
Dark way.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. It was kind of, like in there, it was kind of nice because it wasn't just like Hitler became chancellor and then all of a sudden all these Jews are dead.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, here's how it kind of got to this point. It wasn't just
Right.
like overnight.
Right, it was totally gradual.
Yeah.
And that's the crazy thing, because a lot of people will think like, well, how could this have happened? But it wasn't an immediate thing. It was a slowly developing thing that happened all throughout. Well, basically, it ended the beginning of it, like when the First World War ended, because they were in such a bad state at that time, you know? There's more history down here, and then there's this part of the Berlin Wall right here, which is pretty crazy. So one of the really cool things about the Topography of Terror here in Berlin is that basically it's a free museum. You can just walk in there and kind of learn about the history of the Nazi regime, how it came to be, the aftermath. It had everything. There's everything in there, and if you're looking for like a free or cheap thing to do, then it's definitely on the list. Yes?
The only thing that costs money is, well,
You can donate,
yeah.
but yeah, it's pretty incredible. And it has this piece of the Berlin Wall right outside of it, and it's just a really, really incredible experience. One of my favorite things about Germany is just how Germans like confront their history, and they're like, yeah, it's maybe not the best history. We're gonna make a ton of museums all about it so everybody can know about it, and we can try our hardest to make sure that it never happens again. Highly recommend.
Yeah.
It's a really cool spot. Ready? Cheers. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's delicious. Is yours good? Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to trade it.
Yeah. They're both good. It's delicious. It's good. Yeah. That's a pretty tall building, bruh. I looked it up while we were eating dinner because I didn't actually know what it actually was. But it is a TV tower. And yeah, it was built in the 60s to show the strength of communism and also Germany. And now it's mostly Germany and non-communism. How was your dinner?
It was great.
Great?
I had schnitzel,
Yep.
which is like fried pork, basically, and like it had like boiled potatoes and some like peas and carrots.
I had a bratwurst. Oh, it was like a Berlin sausage with not mashed potatoes, but just boiled potatoes and gravy and sauerkraut. And it was super
really
good too.
good too, yeah.
It was a really good combination. And now we're gonna make our way to a grocery store because we're gonna take some groceries back to the Airbnb so we have snacks kind of around. I don't know about you, but I'm still kind of in travel mode where like, when I said I was hungry for dinner, I wasn't like dying, starving.
Yeah.
So my body's still kind of like, what the heck are you doing? It'll be nice to have snacks around though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Blake asked for tall coffee, but they thought he was saying that his name was Tom. So I guess you're Tom today. So one of the best apps ever if you're traveling is the Google Translate app. You can download basically whole dictionaries ahead of time. So we have German downloaded, and you can use the camera in it to translate like menus and signs wherever you go. So that's super duper helpful. Just throwing that out there in case you need an app to help you translate things in real time on the go.
This is a train ticket. But in Germany, what you have to do is you have to stamp it before you get on the train to validate it. That's like when it starts the timer. So it's like you're good from this time for 2 hours or something. So, boom, stamped. This is what the tickets look like. This one's an all-day ticket for zones ABC, which basically allows you to go all over Berlin for the entire day. Also, it's very wet outside today, and today we're going to Potsdam to learn all about the German emperors and see where they lived and check out some palaces. That sounds kind of cool, huh? It's a little bit different than what we've been learning about, which is mainly like Nazi stuff. So it's kind of a nice change, I think. See, this is the U2 that we're gonna take, and it comes in 5 minutes, is what that says. What do you think?
They're big.
Does anyone here watch Downton Abbey? Yeah, I've never seen it. But Downton Abbey is based on a British, filmed in a British palace called Castle Howard. It's near York. And this castle is designed very similar to Castle Howard. They use the same architecture drawings. So this is actually a British style of architecture. It's called Palladio. This is all ripping off the Romans and the Greeks, columns, statues, and it's huge. It's 36 meters high, about 200 meters wide, and probably about double the size of Buckingham Palace to give you a sense of the scale.
This is the Neues Palace, which is the newest palace and the most impressive one in Potsdam. Very Versailles vibes. We're gonna go to Versailles too. You're gonna like it.
We're gonna go to Versailles?
Oh yeah, we are.
Okay.
It's even bigger and better than this one. Of all the things that you did while you were here, what was your favorite?
Upstairs.
Upstairs. Okay, there's this bar. Did we film anything at the bar? Okay. A lot of stuff we didn't actually end up filming with the vlog camera. We just did Instagram stories. So if you're following us on Instagram, you already know where we've been and what we've been up to. Upstairs was legit.
I wish we had public transportation like this. Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah.
Oh, they're partying. There's a gaggle of them.
A gaggle?
A gaggle, and they're...
The gaggle.
Oh, this guy's like... They're like, hey, look at our shirts. And they're like, no, thanks.
Bro, check it out, bro.
Another one bites the dust.
Kiss for you, kiss for you.
It was kind of like a pub with a really good beer.
And the fries with the sour cream.
And the fries with
Yeah,
the
it was
sour
really
cream.
good.
Life changing, really.
Yeah.
It
Well,
was.
we went there 3 times.
Yep.
We were only here
5 days?
5, 6, 5.
5 nights, 6 days, I think.
I would probably agree with you with Offsturts was pretty good.
Yeah.
That was a pretty fun experience. The public transportation, A+. German public transportation is the best thing ever. Today, we're going to Prague. Are you excited for Prague? Yeah. It's going to be a lot of fun, I think. And we're going to show you guys a little bit of how the trains work because it's the easiest thing ever. You buy a ticket and you walk on is literally all you do. The train is arriving.
Lights on it.
That's the restaurant car, I think. Let's see.
59.58.
This is us? This is ours? Oh, so we're in a compartment. Okay. Okay. Hello.
Good.
Sorry.
That's all right.
You got plugs? You set? Yeah.
I'm
gonna let them finish.
Bahnhof nutzen, bitte RE3, Abfahrt 12:32 Uhr von Gleis 4 bis Berlin Südkreuz und steigen dort um.
Okay.